What's up guys, JJ here. About 2 months ago we put in a new Marineland Canister filter and I haven't touched it since. So I'm going to give you guys my updated review, to check in and tell you how it's been. And I'm going to show everybody how to do some maintenance on your canister filter without making an absolute mess. My initial reaction to the Marineland 220 canister filter was overall positive. It was easy to put together, and one of my favorite things that I'll still say to this day, 2 months in, it is so quiet. It's almost silent. I cannot hear this filter, which is excellent for a filter this size. Other than that, it's doing the job, and I'm making this video now because I haven't touched it and my water is still starting to get a few more particles in it. So let's get in there and clean it up. Okay, I always feel like we're opening up the hood to like a muscle car or something when we start looking at people's canister filters. But there it is, we just unplugged it and we've got to get it open here. But the first thing I'm gonna do is pull out the intake so we don't have any chance of siphoning water out of our tank and making a big puddle on the floor. So I've got a bucket for that. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Now, it did come with suction cups here to hold it in place, so I've got to undo those suction cups. And down into the bucket for you. I want to do the same with the output because there is still some water in that hose. Alright, there we go. And I can tell it is dirty. I've been feeding heavy in this tank because I've got lots of juvenile and baby fish. My jewel cichlids have been in there. Oh yeah, that's a mess. We're going to get another bucket. This isn't my fish room tank, so I actually have to make sure I'm not making a mess in here. Girlfriend's not going to be happy. But yeah, that's a big mess right there. It's been doing its job. Look how dirty that is. Got our biological media. I'm actually going to leave that alone. The bio rings there and the bio balls. And then I believe the last tray was what, carbon? It is. So the last tray there was our charcoal. So you guys can see it's absolutely filthy in there. It's been doing its job. My water's been looking good. But, we still got to do maintenance. And our last tray is more sponges. And yep, super dirty. Between the bio load and the fact that I've been feeding heavy, we've really got a lot to do here. Alright, and that's all of that there. Now what I can do is just dump this dirty water for now into this bucket, because any filter media that you clean, you want that water to be dechlorinated. So I'm going to pull out my sponges. Give those a big squeeze. Now this bag of charcoal's got some life to it. If you ever see your charcoal in your filter and it starts turning gray, that's when it's done doing its job. But I'm still going to put on this other bag. I was probably supposed to put it in the first time. I kind of skimped. So I put that back together. Gotta get my bio balls back in. Silly me, dumped them all out. Now with your biological media, like bio balls, bio rings, you really don't want to do too much with those, because they are just there to hold that beneficial bacteria. So if you go crazy trying to spray it down or using any kind of cleaners on it, you're gonna mess up your cycle in your tank. The bio rings, the ceramic rings, we'll just put those back in there. We don't want to over clean, we just want to clean the parts that are filtering the water, the mechanical filtration. So there's this sleeve over the top. Now this is absolutely disgusting, but it's been doing work, it's been doing its job. We gotta give that a good squeeze. Hopefully until I can see a little bit of white. It's pretty dirty though. So that's about as good as I'm gonna get it, which means it's probably time to replace this, which we can do no problem. I almost always have sheets of filter floss at home, so all I'm gonna do is cut a piece to fit. Filter floss is super cheap, not hard to get. You can get it online or at most local fish stores. And we just gotta cut it to be the size of that. And I assume you could buy a replacement for this at the store or from Marineland if you have this filter. But you guys know me, I'm a man of value. So just cut that to fit in there. And I've got to cut a circle for this hole here too. Or cut a space out for the circle. So there we go, that should work just fine. So we'll put our new filter floss in there, line it up, click it in, and that's it. Now all we have to do is put it back together and get our hoses back in. Yeah, so see that bucket full of water? Water that's not on our floor, that's beautiful. So we put our hoses back up. Okay, we're pumped up, we're back primed again. We got the whoosh. You can also see it's starting to siphon that water out of the tank. So that's how it works. You have to get the pump going, get it to pump down into the canister, and then the motor pumps it back out to your outtake after it's filtered. So let's put that all the way back in, close the hood, and plug in our canister filter. And there we go. Okay, everything's put back together, filter's running, water's clearing back up. Let me just give you guys some final thoughts here. In regards to an update for my Marineland canister filter review, overall I'm really satisfied. If you didn't see the original unboxing and review, I'll put that on the end screen, probably here, maybe here, who knows. But yeah, pretty satisfied. I love how quiet it is. It is doing the job consistently. And I think it was a solid value for the price. My only, not even complaint, just issue for improvement, I would say, is there's not a lot of mechanical filtration. So what I might play around with as the weeks and months go by is maybe instead of having bio rings and then the bio balls, maybe I go in with another layer of mechanical filtration and really just filter out every single thing, every particle that's in my water. But all in all, I have enjoyed that Marineland 220 filter so far. And for anybody maintaining a filter, if you're maybe just taking apart your canister filter for the first time, I hope you paid attention to what I did with the hoses, because if you are not careful, if you don't have a bucket nearby to get some of that extra water, you will have a huge mess on your floor. And if you're like me, you're gonna get in trouble. But seriously, I hope this helped you guys. And if it did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much.